I am Nataraj BT, Assistant Professor of Microbiology, Government Science College, Chitradurga. Today I am going to deal with industrial microbiology downstream processing. So in that I am concentrating on the cell disruption. So let us know a brief about the industrial fermentation. Industrial fermentation operation includes three main stages: upstream processing, fermentation process, and downstream processing. Upstream processing, it includes formulation of the fermentation medium, sterilization of air, sterilization of fermentation medium, and the sterilization of the fermenter, inoculum preparation, and the inoculation of the medium. Downstream processing includes recovery of the products in a pure state and the effluent treatment. Product recovery can be done by cell separation, disruption of the cells, extraction of the products, and purification of the products. Effluents treated by chemical, physical, or biological methods. So this is the brief chart and the outline of the downstream processing. Now let us start with this cell disruption. Biotechnological products like vitamins, enzymes, which are located within the cells, such compounds have to be first released for their further processing and final selection. The microorganisms or other cells can be disrupted by physical, chemical, or enzymatic methods. So this slide will show different techniques of the cell disruption, which can be broadly categorized into physical methods, chemical methods, and the enzymatic methods. Now let us start with this physical methods of cell disruption. Among this, let us start with this first one, ultrasonication. Ultrasonication is widely employed in the laboratory, but it is not suitable for large scale used in industries because of high cost. Next one is the osmotic shock. In this method, cells are made to suspend in 20% buffered sucrose. Then cells are transferred to water at 4 degrees Celsius. Heat shock. It is also called as thermolysis. In this method, cells are subjected them to the heat. Next method is the high pressure homogenization. This method includes forcing of cells suspension at high pressure through a very narrow orifice to come out to atmospheric pressure. This sudden release of high pressure creates a liquid shear that can break the cells. Next method is the impingement. In this method, a stream of suspended cells at high velocity and pressure are forced to hit either a stationary phase. The cells are disrupted at point of contact. The advantage with impingement technique is that it can be effectively used for disrupting cells even at low concentration. Example, microfluidizer is a device developed based on the principle of impingement. Next method is the grinding with glass beads. The cells are mixed with glass beads or subjected to a high speed in a reaction vessel. The cells break as they are forced against the wall of the vessel by the beads. Factors influence the cell disruption are size and quantity of the glass beads, concentration and age of cells, temperature, and agitation speed. So this is the diagrammatic of the cell disruptor. Next we have the chemical methods of cell disruption. Chemical methods of cell disruption includes treatment with alkalis organic solvents and detergents. Let us start with this alkalis. Alkalis are used for the extraction of some bacterial proteins. For example, recombinant growth hormone can be efficiently released from E. coli by treatment with sodium hydroxide at pH 11. Organic solvents. Water soluble organic solvents can be used to disrupt the cells. Example, methanol, ethanol, isopropanol, butanol. The organic solvent toluene is frequently used. Toluene dissolves membrane phospholipids and creates membrane pores for release of intracellular contents. Detergents. Detergents are ionic in nature and denature membrane proteins and lyse the cells. Detergents may be cationic detergents. Example, cetyl trimethyl ammonium bromide. Anionic detergents. Example, sodium lauryl sulfate. Non-ionic detergents. Example, Tritonex 100 or Tween. Problem with the use of detergent. Detergents affect purification steps, particularly the salt precipitation. Cell disruption by enzymatic methods. Cell disruption by enzymatic methods has certain advantages. Lysis of cells occurs under mild conditions in selective manner. This is quite advantageous for product recovery. Lysozyme is most frequently used enzyme and is commercially available. It hydrolyzes beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds of the mucopeptide in bacterial cell walls. The gram-positive bacteria are more susceptible for the action of lysozyme. When cell wall gets digested, the osmotic effects break the periplasmic membrane to release the intracellular contents. For gram-negative bacteria, lysozyme in association with EDTA can break the cells. For the lysis of yeast cell walls, glucanase and mannase in combination with proteases are used. Thank you.